And we're back to another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy. I'm your host, the RPG guy, and I forgot to start recording. I didn't start recording like an idiot. I just was going on as if nothing was going on. So let me just tell you what I did not record really quick, just so you guys know what's going on. So I haven't leveled or anything like that. So we were in Cornelia, okay, and you can see a little port to our west, to the west of Cornelia. I'll never get that city right. So Cornelia, you just take your boat and follow the coast to that port right at the top of that little bay there. And then you get off your boat and you head west to what's called Mount Duergar. Mount Duergar, whatever. And when you get there, we found some cool items. We found some armor, we found some weapons, and then we found stuff we're just going to sell, which I already did. And once you get to Mount Duergar, there's a dwarf in the bottom section of the area you give the nitro powder to, and he blows the little strait open so you can get out to the greater sea. And then you can kind of see where we are now. We are in the town of Melmond, where it looks like the earth is dying. I had already updated my gear, so I'll go over with what I got. No new weapons in the weapons store. Nothing of value in the weapons store. We can't afford the knight's armor, but we did buy silver armlets for everybody who didn't have them. We found a grand helm in Mount Duergar, and we're good with everything else. We found a worm killer, so we found a dragon, an anti-dragon sword, which is great. Let me show you the magic here. I bought Cure 3, Life 1, and Die 3. Heal 2 is nice in a way, but it's not that nice. It's not as good as the 250 damage output of Die 3 against undead, so that would be my reason for picking that. Now, I went to the Black Magic shop and picked up Fire 3 and Slow 2. Now, Poison says instantly annihilates foes, but it almost never kicks in. Warp 1 is going to be the next spell we grab. Now, you see I have the money, but you'll notice it's not available to the Black Mage. So that'll be on we'll keep track of when we can actually pick that spell up. And I pointed out, and I'll point out there's no item shop in this town. If you're here and you don't know where to go, this is the guy you gotta talk to here. To the south of this town is the peninsula called the Devil's Tail. You'll find the Terror Cavern there. The closer you went to that cave, plants grew healthier and yielded more. That seems like ages past. So there you go. So I do apologize, I forgot to hit the actual record button. And, you know, just one of those stupid things that I do, you know. It happens once in a while. Luckily, I'll make sure that it doesn't happen in the future. Or at least make an attempt. But yeah, I had already saved once I had gotten to Melmond, where I was like, can I restart? And I had a whole bunch of restart, and then I was like, damn it, I saved in Melmond. So, I do apologize for that, guys. You didn't see me actually travel through that strait. But here's the deal. Because there's no item shop in Melmond, there's actually, because of that, we'll have to go to Elfheim to get supplies if we need them, consumable supplies, like antidotes and stuff. So, if we do need some, that's the only way to do it. And actually, how are we doing in Atlanta? We are pretty full on everything. So, I guess I don't need to go back there. So yeah, if you're wondering gear layout, this is the gear you should have. You know, for each character. If you're playing along. Now, we're heading to one of the more, dare I say, infamous places in the game. Much like the Marsh Cave, this is considered to be one of the harder dungeons in the game. And there's a lot of truth to that. Because you actually have to go through it multiple times, to a degree. I mean, if you're really high level, you don't have to do it multiple times, but it's recommended that you do it twice. And it's not that you do the whole dungeon twice, it's that there's two bosses in it. And they show up in different sections of the dungeon. Hence why it makes a lot of sense to do it that way. To, you know, do half of the dungeon and then do another half of it later. You know what? This is pretty crazy. Let's do... You know, I want to use a cottage. Let's just see how we do. Whoa. They're not doing a lot of damage. They're just stunning my party. I hate to waste your guys' time. We'll use a thing. We'll use a cottage. I hate to use a cottage. We were almost there. It's just easier than waiting this fight out, because that's what I would do, is wait the fight out. Alright. So we're here. Alright, in we go. Now, one of the famous early grinding places, I think even the original Final Fantasy Nintendo Power even would tell you, this is the best place in the game to grind. To the left of us, or to the west, these two hallways that go west and southwest, respectively, they lead to the Hall of the Giants. Every battle in there pretty much has giants in it, and we know giants give you a crap ton of money and power, XP. Since we grinded earlier in the game, I'm more reluctant to ignore it, at least for right now. It's one of those things where if you really need money or you really want to level up some more, you're better off coming here maybe between dungeon delves. So, in other words, I would come here maybe, what would be good I guess a good time to come to the Hall of the Giants is really for the money for the knight's armor. If you really, really want it. I don't see it even being that relevant. It's really just a matter of do you want it or not. And then, are you willing to subject yourself to the Hall of the Giants? Again, it's questionable how good it is. It's been a while since I've even used the Hall of the Giants, so maybe we'll fiddle around with it after we get through the halfway point here. So we'll worry about that when we get there, though. That battle was a little harder than it needed to be because they were ganging up on my freaking Black Mage. We'll use some of the consumables instead. I know it's full health, but I'd rather have characters over 200, even though he's at 205. Ooh, army of gargoyles. Now this is, for a lot of players, this is considered one of the hardest dungeons in the game. I don't fully believe in that. I do think it's a long dungeon. And because here's the deal, is you get access to warp and, you know, you get access to warp. So if you're having problems in a dungeon, you can almost rather easily leave. Because Fire 3 is like your hardcore magic. You're not going to burn through Fire 3 trying to get to the bottom of the dungeon. So, now, at least not until really close to end game. So it's just, to me, one of those kind of trivial things that I don't worry about that much. And especially in later dungeons where that's not a problem. Now, are there more technically challenging dungeons later? Technically, yes, and the bosses get probably nastier too, but that's all subjective. It really depends on, you know, how well you build the characters up. Really just the one hit. Lame. Oh, come on! Oh, what have I done? What has science done? And we're gonna get poisoned. I'm pretty sure Stabby would be lucky to kill one on his own. So we'll correct that going forward here. We're getting XP out of it. And as you can see, the encounter rate is kind of high. But that's kind of normal for this area, too. So. Nice and short. Oh boy. He hits pretty hard, yep. Yeah, got him. Gives good money though, and good XP, just being by himself there. We'll start showing up, I want to say, in pairs later. Oh my goodness. We're not even in the Hall of the Giants and they're coming out in full force. This is why we have lots of tents. Now, keep in mind, too, the first floor of chests don't even have that much worth the amount of effort we're putting in to get it. It's mostly gil and a couple of consumables. There's nothing really that great on the first floor of this dungeon. Now, with that said, it's like, well, why then put in all the effort? We're going for 100, as close to 100% as possible here. And every bit of gil goes towards, and we're getting XP as well, so it's not like it's a complete waste of time. But the goal is to get a lot of gil, because we might be able to afford that knight armor. We might, if we actually, you know, run through here and try to do it. And the other chests later are they're not as spread out, or that's not true. They are spread out, but they're spread out in the sense that how do I explain it? They're spread out in the sense that, yeah, the rooms that the chests are in are spread out, but there's multiple chests. More than 2 chests in each room. So, until we get to, like, the 3rd floor here. But it is an easier track to get those goods. So, like, currently I'm not that worried about it, so... Nice. So going east from where we are right now would actually get us to the next floor, if you're wondering where the next floor is. Minotaurs, but not Necrotors, right? So we fought the more advanced version of these dudes earlier. Just as a reference for you guys. Think if we go this way first. Okay, so we'll get the chest here. These chests are further out than the other ones, hence, and we can get the other ones on our way back. They're a little closer to the exit. Because if we're hurting really bad, then we need to leave. Because we're getting to that juncture where we need to question whether or not we need to leave. It doesn't help that we're getting attacked here preemptively. So that for all that for a potion. Uh-oh. Might have to use some magic, healing magic on this guy. Let's see. If we do, we use a cottage when we exit, so. Not like we haven't made that money back. Yeah, fucker's pretty hurt here. Well, we can use potions too. One Minotaur. Murder! Keep moving here. I'm gonna start probably editing or cutting out fights for you guys because I know that this is kind of monotonous. And unless it's like a really strong enemy, why do you care, right? Or it's a new enemy type. So I'm probably gonna make a bigger effort to cut out some of the random encounters here for you guys. Okay. How are we doing health-wise? Good enough. And since we're gonna probably use a... Well, we haven't had to use any magic yet, so we might look out on this. Nice. Goma. Ooh, no. Weak old tarantula and some black widows. I'm not gonna make you guys sit through this fight. Alright, so we put an end to that. Let's get out of here. So we're gonna leave the dungeon because we're obviously, you know, hurting and all that good stuff. Because yeah, it's been pretty rough getting through here. As you can see, Murder's actually almost dead. But since his defense is high and we haven't run into enemies using magic yet, that's coming later. But since we haven't run into any yet, we can risk it just to get to the stairway out. Nothing's gonna... He'd probably get hit for 30 at the most, and that's with a lucky hit. And I have no problem fighting groups of ogres, because the XP we get and the money we get is just so wonderful. Remember when they were called Ogre and Green Ogre? Yep. Yup. I wasn't going to show battles, but I love showing these fights where you just get a lot of good gold from it. Oh, come on, we were right there. I'm going to start doubling up against the Minotaur there. Almost out. Oh boy. Alright, and we're out. Woo! And we're about to level, so that's good too. So I'm gonna burn through some tents to heal completely up. So that, yeah, because we have enough antidotes. Potions are within the realm of safe, so we're gonna heal up, and then we'll actually go through the dungeon the way we're supposed to. Alright? We'll see you guys there. Okay, so 5 tents later, we're now ready to go back into the dungeon. Let's move. I'm trying to think here. We've got a boss fight coming up, hence why it was important for us to leave the dungeon and heal. I'm hoping that we'll level before we get to it. That'd be nice. Because, yeah, but now we gotta fight our way down to where the boss is. Which, luckily for us, if you know where you're going, this dungeon's not too bad. It's a little bit labyrinth-like in a way, labyrinthine. In a very set of specific ways. But if you know where to go, this place isn't too bad. So now that we're in the dark, deeper floors here, this is where it's really easy to get lost. But again, like I said, if you know kind of where to go, you should be okay. There's so many. It's just not worth it. Could be a little more liberal with my magic. There we go. Especially with groups of enemies like that, it's just so silly. Alright, let me see. I guess there's 2 ways that you can go to get to this room, so we'll just go this way. Again, yep, same logic I have too. Use ice too here. Since fire is a bit more valuable. coral sword. Against aquatics. Or against dragons. I don't think we've run into really either of those enemy types yet since we've been down here. Oh look, it's another grouping. I'm not gonna make you guys sit through this. Alright, let's keep moving down. Because there's still one more room full of delicious treasure that we're trying to get to here. Got some level ups. Nice. Which means Dildo isn't far behind because of that stupid dark elf fight. So we're gonna head to the other room full of baddies. Or full of treasure, rather. There's gonna be a lot of baddies along the way. What do we got here? One Minotaur. We'll just fight him without me stopping recording. Ooh, 50 damage. Freaking sweet. Just have them all attack the same one just in case. Yep. That's just in case. I had a feeling it was going to be weak to that. Okay. Oh my god, I walked one freaking step. And we're on the move. And we're in a fight. Yeah, we'll just kill him. Ow. Heal after that. We're at a point in the dungeon too where we don't want to risk too much here. Yep. Might be scripted covering the door. Alright, let's keep moving here. Alright. So now we're actually heading to the next floor finally. Oh, god damn it. Alright, let's keep moving. So now we are in the third floor here. Now, luckily the chests aren't too out of the way down here, so that's nice. Alright, let's keep moving. Sleeping bag, wow. What a fucking poke in the eye. What a crock of crap. Ooh, mummies. Okay, so really quick, the thing about mummies is they're kind of assholes. So we want to kill them rather quickly here. Because they can cast sleep on the party, I believe. So you can see I'm not holding back here. And if they start showing up a lot, then just fight them regularly, but usually I question their motives. That and I want to live. because being put to sleep is usually a very compromising situation for you. And we get an army of gas and lights. I think gas are still the easy ones, but again, we want to be somewhat safe. Just wipe the floor with them with a die spell. Hopefully we don't get stunned before that spell gets cast. Everyone else can be stunned, I could care less. Except Dildo. Dildo must attack. Now really needs to attack. Come on, Dildo. Save us, Dildo, with your holy little stooge. Oh, like he died. Nice. And that's why we get the die spells. Booyah. New undead enemy could not even handle the rodeo burger. That's just the reason it's done. Just the reason it's done. Alright, let's keep moving here. Round. Oh, you back bastard. Get out of the way. This is one step over. I would have to add 3 steps to my movement in order to get around that bastard. Actually help if I press the record button. See, I almost forgot to do that again. We were over here. We just got some, we just picked up some cash. So, okay, well, let's fight these mummies regular this time. Fight them old style. But let's see if we can kill one outright. Yeah, kinda can. At least we can do that. Yeah, see, there they go. They're starting to put us to sleep. That's what I worry about fighting them. That's why if we get in a big group of them, we fight them hardcore. So let's keep moving. Got $3 grand from that last chest. Nothing there. I like to open it anyways. Part of me just wants to check. Cockatrices! Yay! We'll ice them. I believe they can, through attack, very, very rarely they can, I believe, turn into stun. Hence why you can buy the gold needles early on, because you can't bump into them a little earlier than this. I think that they're very rare spawn. I think. But I also want to argue that's in different, various versions of the game. Like, I don't see them very often in the original game earlier, but I know in one of the remakes, they show up a lot earlier than they're supposed to. Hence why the gold needle was available, I believe. Again, it's one of those weird things, like I said, between versions, there's some issues, like some of the treasures aren't the same, some of the level ups and the way you level up the stat bonuses. A lot of variable things aren't the same. They're not. So, I don't know how else to describe it to you guys. Beyond that, it's just weird. That weird stuff kind of plays out the way it does. How much money do we have? Well, we got enough for that armor. But then I'd have to make a trip to the Hall of the Giants to make that money up, which I don't mind doing. I know some people would be like, don't do that. Well, some people would be like, don't do that because, you know, you guys don't want to see it. But I would do that. Off screen for you guys. I have no qualms with earning that money back because we're going to be heading to a new city, not soon. But we are going to be heading to a new city at some point, and then it would be nice to have a crap ton of money to spend on it, because we're going to get to a point where we will be broke, and the best way for us to earn that money back or get money is in the Hall of the Giants. Easily one of the best places in the game to get cash. So, next to the Peninsula of Power. Peninsula of Power is a little better. Oh, that's debatable. See, that's debatable. That's very debatable. I don't know why I'm showing you guys this fight. Normally I would stop recording, but yeah, it's almost done now. We're at least halfway through. What? Oh no! Holding the button down at this point. There we go. big win, right, Puffy? You get a victory point if you can name that. Name that game. Let's burn through some cure ones here because we're coming up to our boss here. Having everybody at about 200 is good. All living creatures were born to die. The seal cannot be lifted, and so the earth shall rot. Christopher Lee? This is no place for the likes of you. Allow me to free you from your miserable mortal state. Blah! So this is the vampire we heard about, who will die a painful death. We're gonna blast him with Fire 3, Die 3, all the big threes. I believe Die 3 works on him. We're gonna find out in a minute. Yeah, it works. And he's toast. You don't have to even be high level for that fight to go that quickly, by the way. Mayday! Oh man, that was great. That was the boss fight? Yup. Alright. And we get the star. Ooh, the star ruby. Okay, no, you know what? I take back what I said earlier. We actually have to do... We can't actually continue the dungeon until we deal with the key item here, which is the star ruby. So, with that said, we need to get out of this dump. Literally. And we don't have warp, so you know what that means. We gotta walk all the way out of here. Luckily for you guys, I'm not gonna ever make you sit through that. We're just going to manually walk out. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk out. I'm gonna go to Melman and heal. We're gonna go to Elfheim and get more items to replace what we've lost. I might buy the Knight's Armor. I'm on the fence about that. And then I might do some of the Hall of the Giants. I haven't decided on that yet if I want to make money back. It really depends. And then when we come back, we will be ready to continue forward here. But realistically, this is a good place for this episode to stop. We'll do it a little short, but this is the first half of the Terra Cave here. And so I'm going to do those things. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm going to exit the dungeon, heal, replenish my supplies, because we're hurting in the supply department. And then we're going to, I probably will, if I buy the Knight's Armor, or whatever the hell it was, that was 45 grand. I'm going to debate in my head if I want to do that or not. Then what we'll do is, when we come back on the next episode, we will be ready to go, because I might do some of the Hall of the Giants. So, thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll see you next time. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please take a moment to check out more episodes from the RPG Guy, Tuesday Night Team Up, and more. And please subscribe. Always support the channels you enjoy watching, and while you're at it, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. Keep on gaming hard. See you next time.